upon a time there was a little boy, and he wanted to go hunting with his pop and the hound dogs.
Good morning. Well, it's Friday morning, putting together the show. Been pretty busy this week, so didn't get as much of a chance to record segments earlier as I'd wanted to. I did manage to write down a few things I wanted to talk about over the week, but didn't find time to pull them together. The show is somewhat segmented today in a couple of smaller pieces. I hope you enjoy it. As you know, we did the big contest drawing yesterday, and River drew the name of the winner out of the hat, and it's Beverly, who wants a kind of a Celtic drop point hunter. So very cool. We're going to put that together for her, and I'll show y'all what it looks like by the next show. Anyhow, y'all enjoy. Let's talk about clothing, farm attire. Hush, Buttercup, I'm doing the show. So this is just a basic jumpsuit, and my wife kind of calls it my farm pajamas, because I'll throw it on and go do whatever I want to do, whether it's just walking around, working the workshop, or putting around. Buttercup is unhappy because for some reason this chicken has taken to laying an egg right here on my workbench every day, and she usually comes out in the morning. Well, here it is the morning, and I'm in her spot. Sorry, Buttercup. Anyway, so I had to cut sleeves off this one because when you put them on, the sleeves came down to right about here, and it wasn't very comfortable. There are a lot of different people out there that will tell you how you need to dress, and I ain't gonna be one of them. You need to dress comfortably for your environment. If you happen to be so blessed as to live in Hawaii on your farm, well, you probably get by with shorts and sandals and t-shirt every day, or no t-shirt. When I'm only going between the house and the workshop, that's about all I wear, just a pair of shorts and sandals. But if I got to go down and get in the garden, or go out in the pasture, or do something else, or if I got to work on any heavy equipment, or grinding metal, or do anything like that, well, I generally have to put on a little more attire, because out in the pasture and even down in the garden, unfortunately right now after the rain, there's weeds, and everything out here seems to either come with some sort of acid built into it, thorns, spines, or spikes. So you got to suit up if you're going out. The workshop has its own hazards: hot metal, grinding. Can't wear too loose of clothing because you get caught up in the sander or something. Can't wear too little clothing, otherwise you'll get burned. And I'm already covered in burns at all points in time. So I just believe in clothing that is suited for the situation. That's all. That was lame, Buttercup. Alright, Buttercup has laid her egg and went on her way. So we can get back to the clothing issue. Some people have wondered, why do you put up with that stupid chicken laying eggs on your workbench? You have to schedule your day around her. An egg is 100 calories. She's one of my more feral chickens, and she won't lay in the coop. I'm not even sure she goes into the coop at night. I think she's nesting off in them trees or something. But she comes right here every day, drops one fat green Araucana egg. 100 calories. That's my lunch too. If I shoo her off and don't let her lay an egg here, she's going to go start laying somewhere else, probably in the cactus patch or something where I can't find her egg. So it's worth it to me to let her have her way. Plus, I don't know that anything I'm doing is more important than putting 100 calories into the bucket. So, anyway, back to clothing. There are different types of clothing that I've got. In winter, we mostly switch to jeans and flannel t-shirts. Sandals kind of become out in winter, mostly because of the mud. Not this last winter, but the previous winter we were here, it rained a lot, and there was quite a bit of mud. The soil here is all clay, so it just turns into a bog if there's any heavy rain at all. Now it'll dry back out. Right now, even though we had less than a month ago, we had 11 inches of rain, and it was like quicksand out there. Well, now it's just the path out here is like a paved adobe. You know, I couldn't have paved a better path between my workshop and the cabin. But the clothing we wear is suitable for our environment. And there are people out there that'll tell you, well, a farmer has to wear this clothing, this clothing, this clothing. I don't care. Wear what you're comfortable with. My clothing changed when I started farming. I started wearing more functional, suitable clothing. My clothing changed again. Go away, mosquito. My clothing changed again when I started working more in the workshop and doing this full time. Now it's become sort of a hybrid, something that I can work in the workshop for a little while, then slip out to the farm, and I don't know. I like my jumpsuits. Those are pretty good. Find your niche in clothing. Go with cheap, durable, reliable, easy to clean. That's always an imperative. And you can't go wrong. Some of you may notice I'm sporting a new do. My wife shaved my head. I kind of go through different spurts where I'll let my hair grow out, and then I'll shave it, then I'll let it grow out again, and then I'll shave it. I may just keep it shaved this time. For one thing, my hat fits better. But the main thing was that longer hair seems to be unsuitable for any sort of serious blacksmith work. I know you see all these pictures of these cool blacksmiths, and they've got all this, hair tied back in a ponytail and whatnot. There's always flying sparks and bits of metal. I kept catching my hair on fire. I'd singe it and burn it, and there's stuff flying all around, sparks flying up my face. I gotta wear my goggles. My beard doesn't seem to suffer from the same problems that hair does, probably because it's just at a different angle and there ain't no surface area for flames to catch onto. Maybe also the food that's caught in it provides a natural protection. But also I had sawdust and bits of iron shaving, and it gets tangled. I'm walking around with leaves and grass stuck in my hair all the time. We don't have really perfect showering conditions here. I can go jump in the pond pretty easy, and that's part of what I do every day. That's the end of the day. That's the closing part of the day for me. When I'm ready to knock off in the workshop, I head to the pond. I go get a good soak on. I make a lot of splashing so all the water moccasins go to the other side. I don't cotton the cotton mouths, so to speak. The hair was just getting in the way, so I shaved it. And the only problem I'm having now is that when I get out here and I've got a bunch of hot metal in here or a small fire going, then I sweat like crazy, and sweat just runs down to my face, and I can't see what I'm doing, and it gets under my goggles, and I have to take them off and stop what I'm doing. So I'm always wearing a headband. A lot of times you'll see me, I'm wearing a headband and then my goggles. That's why I keep sweat out of my eyes. I can't see otherwise. I guess this has been the fashion episode. Hope that helps. You'll look quite the high fancier while you're walking around in your official possum do. Anyway, the shaved head's working out well for me. I I'm going to keep it this way for a while. I think the long hair sort of softens my appearance, makes me less weird looking. But the shaved head, I don't know. You put a hat on and nobody ever notices. And it's extremely functional. In winter, I just pull on a stocking cap and I'm happy. So, short hair it is. Yay for short hair. We had sort of a tragic scene here last night, it appears. There's been one red sex link. That's a type of hen. Sometimes you hear them called a cinnamon queen. And we picked these up at Tractor Supply last year and incubated them, which was quite a ordeal off grid. But anyway, so some of them grew up, and one of them went broody. And that's kind of unusual for that type of hybrid to go, for her to go broody. But she did. She laid an egg, and right over there in the workshop, she hatched out a baby. One chick. Now, the mother instinct in a chicken seems to just switch on and off. And it switched on. She sat on her egg, hatched out her egg. She was walking around with it. She's a pretty good mother. Some of them are kind of iffy. Now, we free range our chickens, so it's kind of important to us that the mothers teach the babies how to live. But these cinnamon queens are kind of bizarre. They refuse to go in the coop. We have about 60 chickens in the chicken coop that they come out, they free range during the day. At night, they go back in the coop and they sleep. And these cinnamon queens, there's about 7 of them. Well, I think there's 5 now left. They won't go in the coop. And I don't know if it's a pecking order thing or what. But they've got their own little banny rooster who thinks they're his. And they all live in an agarita bush over here. And I guess I couldn't design a better chicken coop than an agarita bush. I don't know if you've ever seen an agarita bush, but that's a serious bush. God designed a very serious bush for all his little creatures to shelter in. And it's full of spiky leaves and thorns and dents. And they get up in there and they live and they're happy. But she's with a baby, she can't get up there. That baby can't fly up into that bush where they all sleep at night. And so I don't know where she's been hiding. She's been off in the woods somewhere. Well, last night about 3 a.m. I got woke up. Our dog, one of our dogs, Fang. His full name is Fang Grip Snarl. And he was carrying on something at about 3 a.m. And so I grabbed a gun, I came outside and I looked around and didn't see nothing. It wasn't a person, so wasn't much I could do. I didn't see anything. There's plenty of places for critters to hide, so I went on back to bed. Couldn't find nothing. Came out this morning, right over here in front of the workshop is a little pile of cinnamon queen feathers. And Mama is still alive. She's walking around calling for her baby who ain't there. Baby's gone. So best I can figure is some wild cat or something came up and she put up a little bit of a fight to try to protect her baby and didn't win. And she doesn't seem to know it. She's still walking around clucking and calling that baby. And she's been doing it all morning. It's pretty sad. And she keeps coming in here. She looks around. She looks behind everything. And she looks at me accusingly like I've done something to her baby. She's looking for that baby. So, from experience, she's going to look for that baby about 3 to 4 days. Don't know. The mother instinct don't just turn off, I guess. We haven't had great luck with some of these hybrids. Last year, we hatched out about 8 baby chicks, and 4 survived. That was a pretty good rate. This year, we've hatched out 4, and 1 has survived so far. not a great rate. I keep thinking I need to build some special pen, some special area for them, but I haven't done it. It can't be, I don't know what it needs to look like, for one thing. It can't be too small, or we don't get the value of them actually free ranging and hunting and doing. It can't be too big, or it's expensive and something comes in and gets them. But next year will be the year that we need to worry about replacing some of these aging hens. So we'll focus on that toward the end of the year, getting something set up. I'll let y'all know what it's going to look like. Well, that's our show. Number 8 is in the can. I would not have thought that we would get this far. That's 2 months of doing this. I don't always keep up with stuff for 2 months, so yay me. Knife Shop's doing pretty good. We're getting to where we need to be. Haven't sold anything for about a week and a half, so I got to get some more new items up there. I think people get tired of looking at the same old items, so time to get some new stuff up. The unfortunate habit I have is that I tend to work on 5 things at once, and they all 5 get finished at the same time. I need to work on one, get it finished, put it up. Work on one, get it finished, put it up. Then I think there'd be new stuff for you to look at every day. That means people are more likely to see something that catches their eye and open their wallet. So that's going to be my goal for this coming week. Got some new stuff up there yesterday. A couple more items going up today. Praise God. We'll see what happens. The rest of the stuff is going pretty well. The contest, I'm ready to get started on that one. I got a piece of metal over here picked out for it and some pretty wood grain. So I hope by next episode I'll be able to show you what we did for Miss Beverly with her design. That's exciting. I like that. So y'all take care. God bless, and keep being y'all.